All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time that you are watching this video. I am Richard Taylor, coming back with more information regarding some financial corruption that has been prevalent in the Goldsboro City Hall amongst its leaders and its employees. Now, yesterday I talked about the fact that a finance director, a city councilman or woman, and another department head were using city funds to go on personal trips, vacations, hotel rooms, and having extravagant and lavish lunching. So today, I'm going to give you some information that appeared in the auditor's report about a current Goldsboro City employee that used her position in, I guess, the utilities and works department to credit her mother's utility bill or her water bill 11 times over a 3-year period from January to 2019 to March of 2022. Now, keep in mind that is during the COVID period as well. So that may have been a reason why this employee was maybe able to fly under the radar. Now, the credits that she gave her mother was in a total of $431. Now, to many, that doesn't seem like a lot, especially over a 3-year period. That's like about $110 a year, right? 130 some dollars a year. But like my man told Smokey and Friday, Big Perm said, it ain't about the money, it's the principle, Smokey. It's principalities in this thing. Now, if you ain't seen Friday, then you won't get that reference. But nevertheless, this ability by this employee, of course, we do know it is a her, so that kind of narrows it down a little bit. But this audit said that she is unidentified. But the way she was able to do this is because there, once again, is a lack of oversight. And it was allowed to go undetected because the Goldsboro City Hall has not put a system of checks and balances in place to monitor people who do these such a things. Now, this information is on the heels of an auditor's report that has came out as early as like last week, because of an audit that was ordered by State Treasurer Dale Folwell, I think that's his name, because of Goldsboro continuous propensity to file its audits or its budget information late, right? So once again, they say that this person has not been identified, but they actually have statements from this person. So therefore, this everybody knows who this person is, and she has actually given statements in this article. Now, the Goldsboro Service Utility Manager said that the city had an informal practice of allowing employees to credit accounts when they had unusually high water consumption, but they were only allowed to credit the accounts after documentation was provided of why the high water consumption existed. Case in point, like say if the meter was off and that caused them to have a high water bill, or if the meter was malfunctioning, or there was a leak in the plumbing which caused them to use more water than necessarily needed, or some other malfunction of the system which is not the customer's fault. But even in that case, they had to provide documentation of this of this problem. So the city manager, or this not the city manager, but the utility customer service manager admitted to the auditors that this should not have occurred. However, the city employee who was responsible for crediting her mother's account said that there was a series of plumbing issues that her mother was experiencing to allow her to credit these accounts. And she said that the city customer utility service manager gave her verbal permission to make the 11 credits. However, the city customer utility manager denied that she gave this lady permission to make those credits. So now it comes to a basic he say, she say argument. Because once again, even if the customer service manager agreed to do this, there should have been some sort of written documentation to allow the people, the auditors, or even the people to know, okay, well, this is why it has been done. But evidently, if this employee is alleging, which I kind of believe the employee, because once again, when people are in these kind of positions, people do what they want, especially if they feel that there is no oversight or there is not going to be any oversight to check their actions. So I kind of lean in the favor of the employee, because this went on for 3 years. So if you're the manager and you're not aware of these accounts, it's either two things: you're negligent in your oversight, or two, you're complicit. And I believe, from my just conjecture, that the lady knew about it and gave approval for this employee to make those claims. Now, once again, this is just one individual thing that has been found. There is no telling how many other employees of the water department that has been just making these adjustments on their computer day in and day out to credit their family, their friends, and even their own accounts. Because the article says employees were able to make balance credits to any account, including their own, without any oversight by the management. Now, apparently, this employee is still employed. The article states it is not clear whether the employee will be terminated for the violation of the city code of ethics. Also, criminal charges could be theoretically brought forth, because crediting someone's account without the proper reasoning could be constituted as theft, as stealing. They're stealing your, our tax dollars in their positions with city employment. Now, this employee definitely abused their position, crediting their mother's account. And also, since this abuse was quote unquote undetected from the city covers the utility customer service manager's point of view, then therefore other employees may have been able to do the same things. But I feel and I think, until it is proven otherwise, but this is just the common practice. This is the common practice, as we see with the city councilmen and their mismanagement of funds. This is just the common practice. This is the Goldsboro way of doing things. It's also the American way of doing things. We see that in the video I did yesterday about the city council leaders and department heads doing what they want to do with the money. We see it today, and there's some other information that has surfaced as well. I'm gonna give you some information on that probably later. But also we see it in the federal investigation about the sheriff department. These people are doing what they want to do. Even in that bid rigging scheme, there's no way you can tell me that the finance director, who has since retired, did not know what was going on with all of those contracts to EEE Equipment, the company that Mike Cox owned, and was doing fraudulent things with. So once again, this is just a portion of the auditor's report that has been sent to Tim Salmon, which is the city manager, and their chances to respond to this. Now, I know that this new city council is most of all new. There was only maybe one or two council members who were on board doing these actions. So I think they are working diligently and tirelessly to kind of get this department under wraps. And a lot of people are asking the question, should the city manager Tim Salmon be relieved of his political duties as manager? And more on Tim Salmon. I think this article. Once again, shout out to Ken Fine from the New Old North Wayne Week. For bringing this information to the forefront and allowing me, to use the information that he has researched and has been released to him by, his unknown sources to bring this information to the public, this inflammatory information to the public. Nevertheless, there's a lot more to come, but this is just a small sample of some of the abuse that has been taking place with our money. It's our money. We pay those taxes. We pay those bills. We pay the water bills. We get taxed. So that is what we are experiencing. So 919-587-7782. You have been listening to Richard Taylor. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to get with me. I am, once again, Richard Taylor, 919-587-7782. If you have any other interesting information or stories that you want to be addressed, feel free to reach out. Peace and blessings.